got the physicality to combat that.
Let's have a look at the ladder as it stands in the Sal's NBL. One game already played in round 14. Of course, the Nuggets got the Sharks on Wednesday night. The Airs are in third. They've stamped their ticket, but we go down the ladder, Casey, to the Franklin Bulls in seventh. They've got 3 games in hand. They play tonight. They've got the Southern Swing next week to finish the regular season. The Sharks and the Nuggets. That is in the future. Right now, they've got to get the job done tonight.
There's no tomorrows for them anymore. If they do not pick up their level of play this evening, it's going to be an awful long tomorrow because it'll be going to the offseason after the rest of the team goes to the 6.
Here's the games coming up in round 14. Rams and Sharks tomorrow night. The Rams still with a chance to make the final 6. They need a fair bit to go their way. They need to keep winning. Hawks and Jets on Sunday. Most will say the Hawks. Let's not forget the Jets have already beaten the Hawks this season. Next Tuesday night, all eyes are on that one. Giants get that. They lock in top spot?
I think they lock in top spot just about. But if they get that win, they're almost there now. If they get that win, that'll be theirs, and then it'll even put more pressure on the Saints trying to claw their way in.
Well, we do know the Saints need to keep winning as well. Starters tonight for the Airs, and it is a very tidy unit. There's no doubt about that. No Ty Wynyard, no Richie Roger. They're both at the Commonwealth Games. We wish them all the very best. Here's Coach Trent Adam.
Well, Coach, a big game as you guys are chasing a top seed in the finals, coming up against a Franklin Bull squad that plays very physically, but you don't have Ty Wynyard in the middle. How do you help to combat some of that physicality with some of your own?
Yeah, it's part of sort of who we are, our pace. We think physicality is a big part of, being able to play fast. So dominating defensive rebounds is a big part of us. So we've got to really make sure we hit people early, don't let them get too deep, and then also have strength in our movement patterns so not getting bumped off our line.
And you often get bumped off your line when you guys are out in transition, one of the best fast-breaking teams of the season. Against a Bulls team that really likes it in the half court. Are you really here to push the pace and run at every opportunity tonight?
Yeah, we've found as the season progressed that we're a little bit better when we're playing faster than the opposition. So, yeah, as you said, the Bulls very much try and sort of grind things out. They're one of the best defensive teams, keeping the scores low and having less possessions. So we'll definitely be looking to get out in transition. That doesn't work if we don't get stops, though, so that'll be the key thing there for us.
Fantastic. Thanks for the time, Coach. Appreciate it.
Let's have a look at the Bulls starters tonight, Casey, and there is one very big out. Now, we do know Jaden Bazant is also at the Commonwealth Games with the 3x3 Tall Blacks, but one significant out right here for the Bulls tonight.
Well, it's going to be tough to mix things up because there's no Potts to mix things up, and Giddy Potts, suffering from an injury, is unavailable this evening. Luckily for the Bulls, they do have some recruits coming in, Isaac Davidson and Kane Kyle coming back from the TBs, but that is a huge loss on both ends of the ball.
Let's catch up now with Coach Morgan Maskell.
Well, Coach, a difficult game last week coming up against the informed Taranaki Airs this week. The question for me is, where do you provide a little bit more offense outside Corey Webster facing double teams, triple teams? Where is he going to come from tonight against a high-scoring squad?
Well, we welcome back 2 Tall Blacks this week, and Isaac Davidson and Kane Bennett-Kyle, so we're looking for them to contribute as well. We'll look for contributions from Denham Brook and Leon Henry. They've produced a lot for us this year. Finding ways to get Corey off the ball a little bit more and utilize the inside presence of Anzac Rosetto will be a really big learning for us this game as well.
Coming up, I mentioned the Airs earlier. Of course, this is one of the fastest teams in the league who love that fast break. Really utilized that in the second half against the Nuggets a week ago. Where are you guys going to try and slow them down and force them more into that half-court game that you guys prefer?
Yeah, we did really well in New Plymouth without Leon, without Kane, without Isaac, without Jaden Bazant for both games. And I think a big reason we did that is that we slowed them down in D-trans. They still scored some, but we know that a large chunk of their offense is in transition. Once we get them in the half court, it's about slowing down Anthony Hilliard, Sean Willett, and Javonte Douglas, who combined average about 62 points per game for their team. So if we can slow down that big three and slow them down in transition, it'll be a big key for us to get this win tonight.
Sounds great, Coach. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Head-to-head for this one tonight, Casey, and some interesting stats, but I want to take you down to the fast break points. We're talking about arguably the slowest team in the competition up against that breakneck speed that we've seen from the Airs.
And that is by design for the Bulls. They want to play in the half court. They want to grind you down with execution, and the Airs are pushing the ball at all times. If the Bulls want to slow down that attack, they're going to have to make shots, force the Airs to take the ball out of the net and get a chance to set up their half-court defense. If they do not do that, if they're missing long threes, if they've got live ball turnovers, this Taranaki Airs team is going to go to town on the fast break all night long.
Officials for this one tonight, Friday night action in the Sal's NBL, Tim Brown, Taylor Amundsen and Brad Clive with the whistles. These two teams met earlier this month, July the 6th, and it was a close game in the opening 3 quarters. And then the Airs, with that speed, Casey, came home with a flurry, 25-9 last quarter to get the job done. Javonte Douglas, that man there, number 27, 23 points and 10 rebounds in that game. What a season he's had.
Oh, fantastic. And he can give it all. He can give you the assists. He can give you block shots. He's a solid defender. Because of his size, he can make up for the loss of Ty Wynyard with the 3x3 national team. He is just such a Swiss Army knife of a player and so valuable to the success the Airs have had this season.
Well, we know the talent of Corey Webster. He had 23 last time these two teams met, and he's going to need to deliver that, maybe plus a little bit more tonight, Corey Webster. He's the second top scorer in the Sal's NBL, and tonight he comes up against the leading scorer in the competition in Anthony Hilliard.
Yeah, the match of the top two. Corey Webster, he's going to get his points, but without his teammates supporting him with some scoring prowess, he's going to face double and triple teams as well as sagging defenses. Somebody else on his squad has to become a real threat tonight and force defenders to pull away from Corey Webster's gravity, give him just a bit of space to be his best.
Your tip in this one tonight, Casey Frank?
Oh, I got to go with the Running Airs. They're playing great basketball right now, but anything can happen in the stockyard.
And of course, there's still a chance to finish on top of the ladder. The Taranaki Airs, what a success story they have been in season 2022. Speaking with their chair, Blaine Hopkinson, a little bit earlier tonight, and he was saying the city is just buzzing at the moment, everybody talking hoops.
As they should be. This is a fantastic season and a squad that has a legitimate title shot.
Here's Anzac Rossetto with the first shot of the game. And the Bulls fans here at the Stockyard will be happy to see that one go down.
But I love it. They've got an undersized guy guarding him, so give it to Rossetto, let him go to work inside. And the Airs have come, and they're facing a bit of a box and one. Everyone on Anthony Hilliard. 2-3 up top, but they are extremely concerned with Hilliard on his cuts. They are staying attached to him and zoning up elsewhere on the court.
Going at 27 points a game, Hilliard. What an excitement machine he is. Here he is now, through the paint for the first time. Puts it out to Marcel Jones in the corner. Rebound, Leon Henry.
Well, good penetration. You have to keep penetrating against that zone to force the Bulls out of it.
Isaac Davidson strong. Maybe a chance for Anzac Rossetto. Keeps it alive. Webster goes from deep. Can't finish. Look at Rossetto. He's been up and about early.
3 offensive rebound possession, but he just can't find the net. But I love his presence on the glass early.
Some real energy from Rossetto tonight. Speaking of energy, here's a ball of energy. Sean Willett draws the foul. He's off to the Resine. And when we do talk about energy, there's not too many more energetic than Sean Willett.
Yeah, if we did have a 6-man award, he'd be one of the favorites for it, as he comes off the bench most of the time. A starter now, and that's a difficult matchup physically for Corey Webster. Sean Willett, I mean, at times plays a de facto power forward because of his strength. He can put the ball on the floor. He can certainly score as a guard, but his physical power set, he can play anywhere on the court, and that is a tough ask for a guard to keep him out of the key.
Well, there's always a loud crowd here at the Stockyard, and I just out a cheerio and a thank you to the Franklin Bulls tonight for sitting the loudest fans behind us.
And we've got, I think it's something like 60 brand new basketball fans come to their first professional basketball game from Otara that they've brought in to give them the opportunity, which is a fantastic initiative. Would be nice if they weren't right behind us, though.
They're having some fun already. Here's Isaac Davidson.
Oh, we couldn't ask for a better start for the Bulls, scoring on inside, finding the range from deep. And Taranaki needs to find a way to penetrate against this zone, not just settle for jumpers.
Marcel Jones, back of the ring. Davidson comes up with it. We should probably say bronze medalist.
That's a good point.
Isaac Davidson, second jumper, pull up from the Resine, misses. Davidson comes down with it. Bulls wanted to travel there.
If they got to travel, probably would have been a foul.
Great handoff, Douglas to Marcel Jones. First field goal of the game for the Airs.
And you see Douglas's multi-positional skill set there. Puts the ball on the floor, draws defenders before dishing off. Marcel Jones with an easy finish afterwards.
Goes at 6.5 assists a game, Javonte Douglas.
And that's for a guy who doesn't really have the ball in his hands a lot.
Here's Leon Henry in the corner.
Adzak Rossetto, the lone presence on the glass, but getting his hand to the ball nearly every time.
You can see the speed. Hilliard up the floor. He's going to end with it here. We know his prowess and power from the arc. 4.5 triples a game. He's the best in the business in the Sal's NBL this season.
But not always a great starter. Has gotten off to a few slow ones. And it's looking like a bit of a slow one for the Airs this evening.
Here's Webster. Finds Denham Brook in the corner. That one halfway down. Look who comes up with it. Isaac Davidson.
Able to change the angle on the shot as Carlin Davidson contests and gets the kiss. 5 points already, and the Bulls are storming down. Corey Webster with a fantastic steal reading the lane. Javonte Douglas puts his hands up saying, my bad on the pass. Sean Willett with the foul in transition, sending Corey Webster to the line. A solid foul, taking away what looked like a short 2 points and forcing him to earn it at the Racine.
Yeah, Corey Webster, 79% this season from the coloured stripe. Good start tonight by the Bulls. They know what's ahead of them. They know what the task is. They know what they need to do. Win, win, win. Webster drops the first.
Well, the offensive production for the Bulls early is exactly what they're looking for. And with these balls being made shots, they're not missing. They're forcing the Naki to walk up slowly and allowing themselves to get set in the zone defense, which Taranaki is really struggling with.
Early 6-point advantage. Here's Douglas. Look at Davison flying through. They're going to get it back here off Leon Henry.
Oh, great crash by Carlin Davison. Doesn't get the dunk, but his activity forcing the mishandle by Leon Henry. The Airs keep possession, but I'm worried about the Airs against the zone. They really struggled in the zone against the Southland Sharks a couple like just last week in that first game, and it looks like the Bulls have taken a page out of that strategy.
Webster creates some space, fires away. Big Anzac Rossetto. Another offensive rebound and more points for the Bulls, number one.
Oh, he is absolutely going to town down low. If he could stay out of foul trouble, he might just feast on this Air squad all night long.
Hilliard, can he get the Airs going? That one's off as well.
Just no easy looks. Taranaki needs to have a timeout, and Trent Adams has called it. Next made bucket, he will be discussing to his team, I think, about their shot selection and shot creation against that zone defense.
Webster sees an opportunity. Can't complete the shot. He'll get it back here, though. Sends it to the corner. Oh, Davidson, great pass to Henry. That'll bring the timeout, Casey. What a start tonight by the Franklin Bulls.
They're not doing anything amazingly special. They're just out there working hard and taking good shots, taking care of the basketball. But Taranaki, they're missing assignments right now. We saw a little leak out by Marcel Jones instead of coming back to get the rebound, allowing that offensive rebound, that second chance. And now the deficit is 10 points to Taranaki, coming in as pretty big favorites. And yet it's been the Bulls that have been just rampaging up and down the court with a fantastic start offensively that, if you watched them play the last couple of weeks, you might have thought they weren't really capable of anymore.
Is shooting 1 of 8 to start this game tonight. The Bulls have been red hot. There's Kane Bennett-Kyle. Speaking of bronze medalists, and of course, we do send all our best, Casey, no doubt on behalf of all of our Sal's NBL fans and viewers, to the New Zealand Commonwealth Games team, including the 3x3 Tall Ferns and Tall Blacks. But I'm just looking forward to a smorgasbord of sport over the next 10 or so days on Sky Sport. I think about 6 channels has you covered, and It's going to be some late nights.
What's your favorite random sport when it comes time? So,
random?
Yeah, like Commonwealth Games, random sport.
I love the track cycling.
Okay.
Really enjoy the track cycling. What about you? That's a good question, actually.
For the Commonwealth Games, the Olympics, I got a couple favorites, but for the Commonwealth Games, I enjoy some bowls.
Bowls,
Yeah,
long
like the
bowls.
Check out the bowls. I like to see the angles.
Nice. You'd be a barefoot bowler.
Probably not.
Big feet. Here's Davison. Douglas, corner, picked up by Hilliard. Back to Douglas. Closing down defensively. The Bulls doing a great job here. Davison off the glass, gets one to go.
Well, finally a good attack against the zone. Multiple passes, multiple penetrations into that high post, and they didn't settle for the jump shot. They attacked the rim, kept the pressure on, and a nice finish because of it.
We'll just get that scoreboard fixed up for you on screen. It's 13-5 at the moment. How about the start tonight of Anzac Rossetto?
Well, they're finally giving him the ball. I think every single time I watch the Bulls play, I say, hey, can we get this young fella the ball? Especially early. You can tell at times if he gets an increased workload, he can fatigue a bit down the stretch. But early in this one, they have a major advantage down in the post with him. If they can get him the ball, they've done it well so far. And because of that, he is feasting on this Taranaki Airs front line. Both scoring, he's got 4 points, missed the first in the regime there, but he's also got 3 rebounds, all of which are offensive. And personally, I think they jobbed them for one. Look, I count 4.
Averaging 10 points, 5 rebounds a game, 59% from the regime this season, and I think we just saw a little bit of his Achilles heel with some misses there. Here's Willett. Hilliard now through traffic. Sends it to the corner. Davison has a look. And in the end, the Bulls will come up with possession.
Well, a good possession. Carlin Davison a little hesitant on the first catch. If he lets that go in motion, I think he'd have a little bit more confidence in it. He's going to head to the bench now. That's some good minutes early, as will Marcel Jones as well.
How about the season of Leon Henry? 10 points, 11 rebounds a game. Captain of the team. Been doing a wealth of work in the community.
The way he's been rebounding this year is by far the best of his career. And it's after he retired.
Denham Brook goes long on the shot. Bulls lead this one by 8. 13-5 early. Aaron Bailey-Knoll into the action. Draws the foul on Anzac Rossetto. And they're the little fouls that you talked about, Casey, with Rossetto. Just reaching in there. Didn't need to do it. And he's just got to look after that foul situation tonight. He comes off for a rest here.
And nice for the Bulls to welcome back Josh Ledger, who had been out with an ankle injury, suffered a couple of weeks ago, but he is a physical force as well, and a little bit more free with the fouls. He will let them fly.
Telfer sends it down low. Hilliard into Douglas. Had it knocked away. Willett picks it back up. Shot clock at 4, at 3, at 2. Willett, can he weave some magic? Was that a Ledger block or a Denham Brook block? They can raffle it.
It's definitely Josh Ledger coming from behind to get his hands on that. Nice timing after being beaten on the dribble.
Here is Josh Ledger.
Well, you see the frustration on Anthony Hilliard. That is just not a good rotation, and defenders in the wrong spot. Somebody has to be in the middle of the paint to deter that easy pass. Otherwise, that pick and roll to go just as planned as it did on the Ledger cash. Good strong finish through the Hilliard contact. And a chance for the three-point play from the Racine.
And that one does drop through for Josh Ledger. Great crowd in attendance tonight at the Stockyard, and they're enjoying the start here from their Bulls as the Airs will get another chance.
The crash by Sean Willett opens that opportunity. I don't mind a quick shot from Javonte Douglas there, but I really do feel that this is a zone that adjusts to the ball. You have to swing it side to side 2 or 3 times, and then you will see those cracks in the defense. Those lanes will just start to open up with those kind of rotations.
Not too many teams this year, Casey, have held the Airs to 5 points in more than 6 minutes of basketball. Telfer here from the corner. That would have been handy. Douglas gets after the rebound. Hilliard back of the iron. His slow start continues tonight.
Well, great looks, but just 2 for 13 now.
Inside, Ledger skipping through. How about that from young Josh Ledger?
Well, the Taranaki Airs do not look like they're on the right page already.
Douglas off the glass. Eventually, they get one to drop.
Yeah, he gets it to drop after taking a bit of a contact. No whistle, but the soft touch still prevails. Down to 11 is the lead.
Webster, Ledger, Bennett, Kyle.
Oh, I love the extra pass from Ledger inside.
Here's Hilliard getting up strong, draws the foul against Josh Ledger. Good attack there from Anthony Hilliard, the league's leading scorer. He's off to the Resine.
And because of his prowess as a perimeter shooter, you have to be so concerned when he gets those catches. The quick closeout opens that driving lane, and he's been looking to go to the rim with some explosiveness the last couple of weeks. Try to get another poke on somebody there, but he'll settle for a couple of attempts from the Resine.
I like the test here tonight for the Airs, Casey. Early, they're down. They're up against a zone. They're chasing tail. I like the test that's ahead of them tonight.
Well, already it's a bit reminiscent to me of a game they had a couple weeks ago down in Christchurch against the Rams, where they really struggled to score in the first half and then found their way in the second. Is that going to be the case tonight? I don't know, but I love what the Bulls are doing early.
I like what Corey Webster's doing early.
How about that challenge from Colin Davidson, well above the rim.
Hilliard, Jones off the glass. Better play there by the Airs.
And you see when you get the long rebounds on the miss, how quickly this team gets in transition. It is such a weapon.
Here's a deep two from Davidson.
Shot quality for the Bulls dropping just a bit. And now the Airs getting opportunities to be covered the other way.
Telfer in the corner, ball on the floor. And in the end, I think he was just in two minds between Carlin Davison and Javonte Douglas.
I'll tell you what, unless you're averaging, let's say, 4.5 assists a game, let's go ahead and put the jump pass, no looks away and just go to the easy ones. I love Scotty Telfer's game. I love his hustle. I love his work rate. But just needs to take out the simple mistakes like that one. Look at your target, get it there. We don't need to be fancy.
He's got the job on Corey Webster here.
He's a heck of a defender, but that will be a tough assignment for him nonetheless.
Here's Isaac Davidson.
I love to see guys come back from Tall Black Camp because they're just playing their best. They're so sharpened that the game just seems a bit easier for them.
Telfer usually good from the corner. That one is well off. Rosetto with another rebound. That's his fourth in the game, although we've got him down for 6 at least.
It's okay. It'll come through on the count back if he wants it. The roller pass from Isaac Davidson.
Well, it ended up finding the intended target. Here's Rosetto inside. He's had a big start tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Anzac Rosetto.
The rotations are just so slow on that roll, man. You're not meeting him until he's already got the catch. The physicality needs to stop before that.
That was a good pass on that occasion by Telfer. Jones couldn't finish though.
I think a better catch by Jones. That was nearly out of his cylinder. Scoops it up. Is able to get it on the rim, but can't get the finish.
Bennett Kyle showing some hustle and bustle to the basket. Nearly takes out Taylor Amundsen in the process. He's off to the Resine line to have a look at a couple of shots as Javonte Douglas takes a break with his second foul.
And the fourth personal as a team, as the Bulls have absolutely found some offensive rhythm here in this first quarter, and the Airs are going to be searching for answers, but they need to get down and rebound and box out real quick before that.
Well, we know the Airs have stamped their pass to the Final Six. Don't forget to get your tickets, by the way, eventfinder.co.nz, August 10 to 13. But what I like here is in preparation for the Final Six, this is a real test of the resilience and character of the Airs. We're going to see what they're made of tonight.
It's that time of year too. Well, it's better to know about yourself now than it is later.
Aaron Bailey-Knoll. Good block maybe in the end by Cale Robinson. It was effective enough for the Bulls to come up with it. And here he is at the other end. Cale Robinson.
Well, a little of their own medicine coming back to the Airs in transition as we take another look at it. Easy as you like.
Jones for three, another miss. Robinson comes up with it. We know he can be a real live wire for the Bulls.
Hands of Corey Webster for the final shot, and he wants it one-on-one. No screen required.
Margin at 15. Here's Webster spinning back on Davison. It's a miss, and that'll do us. Entertaining first quarter, and if you're a Bulls fan, no doubt you'll like what you're seeing. Out by 15 points, the Airs with some work to do. Second quarter, not too far away. Welcome back to the Stockyard. Great to have you with us. Friday night basketball in the Sal's NBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. No Jaden Bazant, no Giddy Potts, no worries. Franklin Bulls lead by 15 at quarter time. Casey Frank.
No effect on the defense, holding Taranaki to 4 for 20 from the field, just 20%. The Franklin Bulls not playing fantastically on the offensive end, just 43% themselves. But because of the way they've been defending the Airs and also hitting the offensive glass, where in the fourth quarter they picked up 5 second chances, they have themselves in great position to pull off a well-needed upset.
And straight back into the zone here.
And the seal was down low for Aaron Bailey-Knoll, but the Airs missed it as Leon Henry picks up his second personal foul.
Referee Tim Brown calling a hands foul there. There's that matchup of Marcel Jones and Anzac Rossetto. Opening quarter going the way of Anzac Rossetto.
And a lot of that was done on Douglas. That's a tough matchup for Javonte Douglas. He is a skilled guy, can do multiple things, but that is a lot of size Rossetto has. Didn't bother Marcel Jones on the little baby hook down low, though.
Some badly needed points there.
Well, it's a new quarter. 1 for 1 in the second quarter. It's a whole new world.
Speaking of 1 for 1 for the quarter, Isaac Davidson.
Playing it with a little bit of confidence and looseness. I reckon this Tall Blacks campaign has been a great one for him, as he's got 10 points already.
What a start he's had tonight. Marcel Jones receives, goes deep on the shot, and at the moment it's just not working from deep for the Airs, as Davidson has a quick heat check. He may get another opportunity here.
Goes to Leon Henry, who I'm quite surprised didn't let it fly.
He might get the roll though, Casey. He does. How about that?
Tell you what, those are the 2 nicest rolls I've seen in this gym this season. You don't see a lot of shooters' rolls coming through.
They have come to play tonight, the Bulls. They lead 31-13. Aaron Bailey-Knoll.
What a pass by Sean Willett there. Just playing tippy-toe on the baseline, still able to drop it right into the breadbasket.
This has been such an impressive start by the Bulls tonight.
Stepped out of bounds to Jet Thompson. And Javonte Douglas will be coming back in with his second personal foul. That is something that I think the Bulls will be looking to target because if they could get him to pick up his third, that would be a huge advantage going down the stretch. The Bulls just sitting in the zone, though. Taranaki has to find a way to make them adjust their way out of it, because they are not getting a lot of free-flowing offense at the moment.
Here's Sean Willett. Had Jet Thompson riding all over him, goes out to Douglas. He pulls up the dribble in the end, had to take the shot, and did it very well.
I feel like he wanted the shot the whole time, but once he started looking past, the defenders relaxed and enabled him to use his athleticism to get it up off the glass.
14-point lead to the Bulls. Here's Thompson. Rossetto wanted it down low, gets it. He goes to work and nearly puts another big basket away, draws the foul. He's off to the Rosine line.
Well, they're really trying to milk his size advantage, strength advantage down low. They are giving him multiple opportunities to post up and attack from the low post. I think he's been eating more today than I've seen for a lot of the season. This is the type of player that Anzac Rossetto can be with given that opportunity. And now he gets one to drop from the Rosine as well to make that trip to the stripe worthwhile.
1 of 3 from the coloured stripe tonight. Let's see if he can
but 3 of 4
even
from
it
the
out.
field.
3 of 4 from the field, you're right. 1 of 4 from the line. But importantly, it's a great lead right now. Javonte Douglas cuts it by 2.
And Javonte Douglas made that pass into the post, and he was the one with the quickness to follow. I just love his instincts for the game.
And a slight warning sign there for the Bulls that if the court does open up and the Airs can use their speed, speaking of speed, Jet Thompson.
Good pull back there by Javonte Douglas. He has 2 fouls, couldn't risk the shot block opportunity with the third, and a silly mistake there by Jet Thompson. Sean Willett may have lost that ball out of bounds on his own, but instead Thompson forces him off with the body and negating a possible turnover.
In the action at both ends of the floor, Jet Thompson. Here's Hilliard. He fires away, drains his first triple of the night.
And now Taranaki is starting to look like they're cooking just a bit. The 12-point deficit is not too big of a hole, but it's not too small a one either.
5 points in the game for Hilliard. Willett getting up.
Oh, watch out. Here comes Carlin Davison.
Bang! And the Airs all of a sudden are up and about. Great play from the visitors tonight. Equal to the task and answering back the other way, Anzac Rossetto.
Well, fantastic finish by Davison, but I love the mindset of the Bulls. They didn't set down. They didn't say, oh, no, we didn't give that one up. Instead, they come back with a counterattack for the Rossetto finish.
Hilliard just dumps it off so eloquently inside for Marcel Jones.
They are losing track of Marcel Jones down low, and because of it, he's the leading scorer with 8 on these nice little bunny finishes that he's showing his nice soft touch on.
Here's Webster. Great drive to the basket, Corey Webster.
He is taking advantage when he sees Davison in one-on-one coverage. Davison needs to get a little bit lower and force him to the screen. Can't let him reject it and go the other direction, straight to the cup.
Bulls by 12. They have this zone in front of them again. The Airs. Douglas forces a shot up.
I mean, that looked like a lot of contact from a bent arm from Anzac Rossetto, but he doesn't get the call there for some reason.
Rossetto turns it over. Here comes Sean Willett. Puts it up. Davison getting there. Willett backing it up.
Carlin Davison really showing off the athleticism in a couple of these fast break opportunities, but Sean Willett, the heads-up play, sticking with it and getting himself some cheap points because of it.
The Bulls have 3 subs to come in. Corey Webster.
That's professional. That is a professional shot, freezing defenders with that pull-up.
He's up to 6 in the game now. How about that from Anthony Hilliard?
Are we talking about professional shots? Because they're going back-to-back. Look at the beautiful cross-court pass. Pinpoint accuracy, meaning Rossetto does not have the time to get out to challenge effectively. And now Anthony Hilliard has moved himself up to 8 points as well. Co-leading scorer for the Airs with Marcel Jones. Isaac Davidson leading the way with 10 for the Bulls. Anzac Rossetto just behind him with 9. And that's the offensive support Corey Webster needed to find. And you can see how much opens up for him when other guys are scoring. They can't send 2-3 defenders to him right now because he's finally got a bit of support.
4.5 triples a game for Anthony Hilliard. He is leading the way in the Sal's NBL from downtown, and Also the league's leading scorer, Morgan Maskell, calling that timeout as the Airs bring that margin back to 9, and they're starting to find their way to the basket.
Well, they were 3 for 15 from the field at one point. Well, now they're 13 for 33. They have gone 10 for their last 18, up above 50%. And that's what you want offensively. The real only question is, are they going to be able to slow this Bulls team down? Because there's no doubt in my mind the Airs have another 50 points left in them. They can get to 80. And the Bulls off to this fantastic start, playing with a lot of looseness. They're looking extremely confident. They need to keep that mindset up, because that's what's giving them the confidence offensively to have everybody touch it and let it fill up.
Well, the Airs were held to 11 points in the opening 10 minutes, Casey. They have rattled off 20 in just over 4.5 minutes.
But it's all about defense now. They have to do a better job of restricting shots for the opposition. In particular, Corey Webster, can't let him get those easy looks.
And he's hit some sublime baskets so far in this second quarter. He goes to work here again, hands it off to Kane Bennett-Kyle.
And that's Corey Webster completely created that, but what a pass. Hilliard, does he get the end one too? Look at the Taranaki Airs run. Man, they are off like a lightning bolt. They had 3 players down there with a quickness. I love the way they run, and it does not take much. That was a great offensive possession for the Bulls. The only thing that went wrong was they missed the shot, and instantly the Airs are right on them.
And I know Hilliard's the recipient here at the Racine line, but just the work rate of Sean Willett.
No, it's really impressive the way he's getting up and down the court. You can see that the work's affect him as he's breathing out there on the court, but that doesn't stop the work. He's out there defensively, physically challenging people, pushing the ball up the floor, attacking the rim at all times.
Hilliard, one of the best in the league from the Racine as well, goes at 86%. And he gets this margin back to 7. Denham-Brook loves a triple.
A solid possession, but once again, a missed shot right back at you.
And they're running and finishing. Carlin Davison.
Well, I love the aggressiveness he's showing offensively with this mindset, and we see this beautiful finger roll. George Irvin-esque.
Webster for 3. Look at Willett get up. Another big rebound, just copped an errant hand.
You just hope he hasn't scratched his eye too badly there. It did get him in the eye. You never know how deep that goes and what that can affect on a ball player. Just the first foul on Isaac Davidson.
And good sportsmanship there. Isaac Davidson just going over and making sure Sean's okay.
4th team foul, however. And how about this Airs comeback? Brought it all the way back to 5 already.
And they do it with pace, Casey. I mean, we keep talking about how quick this team is.
They're relentless. They are unrelenting on the break.
Little shot inside for Willett. Couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Had to try that floater because of Ledger sitting in the middle of the key with his shot blocking ability. Just couldn't find the sweet spot.
Biggest lead tonight for the Bulls, 18. There's Denham-Brook. That one slightly off to the right. Scramble on the rebound. Look who comes up with it. That ball of energy again, Willett. Good hand from Davidson.
Well, beautiful hand by Isaac Davidson to stop that, but this Taranaki team runs a fast break to perfection. Javonte Douglas was already setting up the throw to Hilliard for the triple.
Here's Willett inside. It ends up with Hilliard.
Well, they got to keep attacking that high post, though. Every time the ball goes in there, I thought that could have been an illegal screen on Josh Ledger. He's quite lucky.
I think the Airs fans in the stadium thought it was as well. Hilliard, burst of pace. Douglas, Telfer now, as they start to move the ball around so much better. Jones to Willett for 3. He may get the drop. Doesn't matter. Javonte Douglas.
Just love the unselfishness. Love how quick the ball's going around. It's got energy. It's kinetic.
There's Davidson getting up strong. Good contest there with Willett.
Here they come. Off to the races.
Hilliard draws the foul on Webster. And just like that,
Wow.
if Hilliard converts both here at the Racine, they've brought this back to a 1-point margin.
Do you remember when the Bulls were up 15?
They're up 18.
They were up 15 at quarter time, up 18 after that. But look how quickly, look at this lovely rebound by Javonte Douglas. After the kick out to Sean Willett, couldn't get through, and then transition once again. The weapon for Taranaki. Fast break points. The Bulls have 2, and apparently Taranaki has 2 as well. But we're going to have to throw those stats in the water because they have a lot more than 2 already.
Makes the first. The Airs have their last home game next Thursday night against the Giants. That could be a top 2 clash, maybe playing for top spot and the top seed going into the final 6. I'll tell you now, if you haven't got your tickets to that game yet, you want to snap them up really quick. I think it'll be a full house next Thursday night in New Plymouth. Lead is back to 1. Second quarter has well and truly belonged to the Airs. There's Davidson on the move. That one misses everything.
Great challenge by Anthony Hilliard, though. Really extending himself to get back and force the miss there. And I like the matchup of Sean Willett on Corey Webster as much as he can get it. He's got the strength to counter the quickness of C-Web.
28-14, second quarter. Here's Douglas. And there's another foul. Look who's in amongst it, Sean Willett.
Well, a beautiful pass there by Javonte Douglas. He is such a facilitator on this team. But the recovery by Leon Henry, more impressive.
In fact, I'll take that back, ball out of play. Now there is a foul called.
Oh no, there was no foul, no fouls on those ones. Might have been a bit of arm, but they're giving him the benefit of the doubt as Sean Willett gets fouled there as he's trying to throw the drop-off pass. And he will go to the line, 5 fouls to 1 or in the quarter already. Free throws the rest of this quarter for the Airs, but the Airs can stay aggressive on the defensive end in this last 2 minutes.
Willett makes the first. 1 completed game already in round 14. The Nuggets firming up their chances, Casey, for the final 6. Getting over the Sharks by 15 on Wednesday night. With this, the Airs hit the lead.
Well, turnabout comes much more quickly in Franklin than expected. What a fantastic display of their prowess in this second quarter. And now the Bulls have to reassess themselves.
There's Denham Brook in the corner. Getting up strong, Sean Willett. And there's a foul here underneath. I reckon it's going to go on Aaron Bailey-Knoll.
Not really sure what he did there, or is it on Sean Willett?
It's definitely on Aaron Bailey-Knoll on the rebound contest against Anzac Rosetto.
Looked like he had solid position on the box out. Didn't look like he was really forcing Anzac Rosetto out of the zone.
He is a professional grappler. You know that, don't you?
I know it. I felt those hands. Every time I felt those hands, I always wondered, what does this guy do? Like lift hay bales all day?
I think he does.
It felt like it.
There's Leon Henry. And the shot's not dropping for the Bulls here. Can Corey Webster get some magic going? There's another foul off the rebound, and I reckon it's going to be on Aaron Bailey-Knoll again.
Another box out foul, physically boxing out Leon Henry, whose activity on the glass does not go unrewarded.
Do they have wrestling at the Com Games?
That's a good question.
He's my pick. What a star he's been for so many years. Aaron Bailey-Knoll and Zach Rosetto. Crowd loves that one here at the Stockyard tonight.
And Scott Telfer there just doesn't do the right thing. If you're going to get in there, once that whistle goes, you have to make it a hard foul. You cannot let him get the finish. Nothing wrong with fouling someone.
Goes to 11 points in the game, Anzac Rosetto. Isaac Davidson has 10. Anthony Hilliard, game-leading scorer with 12 points.
And Javonte Douglas checks out for the last couple of minutes. I think to ensure that he does not get that third personal as Anzac Rosetto hits one from the Racine to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. And the Bulls now in a bit of a man defense.
So a change here. We've seen them in the zone so far. It's been a stirring fight back by the Airs. Telford did well to keep that in. Bounces off a body or two and drops it in over the iron.
Well, there you go. Make up for your mistake on the other end by coming back and making a beautiful save on the pass and this heads-up smart drive for the finish.
Love the turn of speed tonight from Isaac Davidson. Took a bit of contact there. No whistle. Ayres come up with it.
He's definitely looking like he's got better quickness than he has all season long.
Oh, Willett loved that matchup on Rossetto.
Well, you might have me down low, but you don't have me out here. I got the quickness. Now you can be a witness. Beautiful drive there by Sean Willett.
Oh, I like that.
Thank you. I'm a poet.
Inside the last minute of the first half. Webster from deep. Classic Corey Webster.
And that's the kind of range he has. Sean Willett can do nothing but shake his head afterward. Tip of the cap for a fantastic shot. The Ayres have about a 10-second differential between the shot and the game clock. They're going to slow it down for an on ball for Anthony Hilliard, about 9 seconds.
Bailey Knoll came and went. Hilliard kicks to Jones, who steps back beyond the arc. A battle underneath. Webster keeps it in. Oh, great work, Corey Webster. They'll get a basket out of this. He finishes it up.
Still 3 seconds left in the game, though. The Ayres come back, and this guy can make them.
Hilliard from deep. Back of the ring. How about the finish there from Corey Webster? Excellent stuff. And it puts the Bulls out by 3. It was a big fight back in that second quarter by the Ayres. The Bulls with a couple of late baskets. And they hold a narrow margin, out by as much as 18 in the opening half. They go in at the break, 3 points up. Let's head down to Casey Frank.
All right, so we start off now. We're here on 1 minute, so let's go. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Hey Justin, the Sky mic's off and we had a break. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that Ivy mic, it's not working. So.
Go.
All right, standing down, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you get that off? Otherwise,
yeah. Yeah, we
it's
will.
fine. I thought I turned.
Make some noise for Blitz and Boo.
Welcome back to the Stockyard. Great to have you with us on a Friday night in the Cells NBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. And what a game we've had so far tonight. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank with you. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, the Bulls were out by as much as 18 in that first half. And the Airs' second quarter was...
It was impressive.
It was so much fun, wasn't it?
34
to 22. Yep.
34 points scored in that second quarter. But before we start talking about the Taranaki Airs, let's talk about this ladder, Justin.
Well, this is what it's all about right now. Round 14, it's the penultimate round of the regular season. We know the Giants and the Saints are playing next week. The Rams are playing tomorrow night. They've got to keep winning. There's still a chance. The Bulls, with 3 games in hand, although they're halfway through one. They got the Southern Swing next week against the Sharks and the Nuggets.
Yeah, that's a tough one, but the good news is if they can beat the Nuggets, that helps them as well. And there are so many permutations between these 8 teams that are still fighting that we cannot possibly list them in the time we have now. But safe to say that everybody's got advantage on about 2 other teams, but 2 other teams have advantage on them. So wherever it lines up, somebody's going to get you in trouble if there's a tie and you have to go to the countback.
Yeah, no doubt. And if the Airs win tonight, they jump to second. They play the Giants in round 15. So depending on the Giants-Saints result, the Airs still a chance to finish in that top spot. And don't forget, for the final 6, getting seeds 1 and 2 is critically important because you're straight through to the semi-finals. Speaking of the final 6, it is, of course, August 10 to 13 at Event Finder on the North Shore. Go and get your tickets, ladies and gentlemen. From what I'm hearing, there's a lot of tickets being sold in New Plymouth, Nelson.
As there should be. As there should be.
Eventfinder.co.nz. Blitz is up and about. Let's have a look at the stats to half-time. It's been a lot of fun. How about Anzac Rossetto tonight? And Hilliard, he's just starting to get going.
Yeah, both players getting it really well. Rossetto off to that great start. Corey Webster getting alive in that second quarter. But I love what Isaac Davidson's doing. Great support from Hilliard across the Airs lineup. Going to be a lot of rebounds in this one. Overall, it's a 26-28 disadvantage to the Bulls, but not because of the work being done by those guys. So we're moving on to the assists from there. And you see the Bulls really letting that ball move through a lot of hands. Javonte Douglas, always the key assist man for this Air squad. On the defensive side of things, a couple of players getting on the block party. Josh Ledger, you got credit. I'm happy to see it. Got clear for one, and Anthony Hilliard had some great closeouts as well, and just a couple of steals here and there, although I thought I might have seen 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, absolutely. Crowd enjoying it tonight at the Stockyard. Last regular season home game for the Bulls. Not sure about those dance moves from Blitz. He's in a world of his own out there at the moment.
As you should be when you're dancing. Haven't you read the song, Justin? You dance like nobody's watching.
Yeah, I'm not even good at doing that. Halftime here. Bulls lead by 3. Second half, not too far away. Casey's off to have a dance. We'll be back soon. 14 of action. And there's still some big games to come. Casey Frank.
Absolutely. The big games do not start tonight. Looking at those, that Canterbury Rams team still fighting for their finals lives. The Sharks took their final arrow. So they are no longer in it. But that should be a heck of a barn burner regardless.
I got no doubt the Sharks will come out breathing fire in that one. I've seen the best of them this season. I've seen the worst of them this season. I think we all have. They had a couple of big scalps before going down to the Nuggets on Thursday night. On Wednesday night, they'll be smarting off that loss. You don't like to lose that close rival contest against your neighbour, and I think they're going to come out very hard against the Rams.
Then after that next one, I definitely think the Hawks have the advantage over the Jets, but it's all about that last matchup of the week. The Giants on the road against Wellington. Wellington fighting for their playoff lives. The Giants just scrambling for that top seed. They will do anything they can to get that advantage. And not only do you go straight to the semis, but if you're the top seed, you get a day of rest every single night in the finals. What an advantage that would be to be on the other side from the teams that are battling it out the night before.
And of course, we've been saying it feels like since about round 4 that the window for error, the window for mistake, the window for loss for the Saints is just so narrow. They have to keep winning.
Yeah, that margin of error is a sliver. And it's gotten a little bit wider. It's gotten a little bit wider, but I don't really think it matters, to be honest. They are playing such great basketball. It would not surprise me at all if they finished without losing anything, but of course, tough games upcoming, in particular this one against Nelson, and you know, the battle across the strait is always a difficult one. A lot of pride between those two teams, and both cities really valuing some of their closest neighbors in the competition.
I know the voting's not too far away for the awards for the Cells NBL in season 2022. Both of us are involved in that voting panel, along with the 10 coaches and 3 other independent people who've seen a lot of basketball. Coach of the Year. Don't have to tell me who you're going to vote for, but who are some of the coaches you think who have really stood out this season, Casey?
Well, I think there's a few coaches that have stood out. I've seen some fantastic jobs. One of them's in this game, Coach Trent Adams. You know, Taranaki in the preseason, I was one of the guys who didn't think they were going to make the postseason there. He's done a great job. Mike Fitchett, I think, has coached that Nelson Giants team within an inch of their life. They are so well drilled, and they have been from the start. But, you know, those aren't the only ones. You look at the job being done in the Manawatu with Natu Tafale. I love what he's done. You know, that was a team that, to be frank, did not have the talent to win some of the games they won, and they still got it done.
Yeah, good call. Bulls out by 3. Massive second half coming up for their season.
I'm sure there's some others for any coaches I forgot, but we ran out of time, guys.
Well, there's another 7. How about Anzac Rosetto there? Called for the offensive foul. Keep an eye on his foul count.
He sort of questioned it, but then he had to stop. Hopefully, Marcel Jones has a little bit of padding in there. Good, strong, powerful move with Anzac Rosetto. That's one you might get away with if Ty Wynyard's in the paint, because he's going to stand up to it. But Marcel Jones, he's hanging on for his life against Rosetto down low, so he's going to go ahead and hit the ground on that one. Good call.
Of course, some faces missing tonight for both teams. No Bazant, no Potts for the Bulls, who are back into this zone. Marcel Jones, the man you were just talking about, comes up with a big triple.
Running back, telling his bench, I told you guys, it is coming. He's telling the Franklin bench as well, a man who always plays with supreme confidence, Marcel Jones.
And of course, no Ty Wynyard or Richie Roger tonight for the Airs. There's Isaac Davidson. Had a wonderful first half. That shot just a little bit too long. We're tied up though, 48 apiece. Javonte Douglas, Davison, Hilliard sold the candy, nearly put it away. Davison getting up strong. They'll get it back here, will they? No, they won't. Webster scrambles after it. Davison to Henry. Inside, Rosetto comes up short. He'll get it back.
Good hustle and fight down low. Both teams scrambling all over the place. See Corey Webster's got a bit more attention now. And what a steal by Hilliard.
They've got the numbers here. Here they go. Up to Willett.
Just a little bit high with that one. Carlin Davison trying to put on a show. Sean Willett has the bouncies. Oh, good hand, Sean Willett. Travel called on Anzac Rosetto before the foul. He thought he was going to the line to the Racine, but no. It is a turnover the other way.
I think the key there is it was called before there was contact.
Before there was contact, but the Sean Willett hand was clean. They knocked that ball straight to the ground, and his hand is the worse off for it. He is shaking that one out. Don't know if we see too many jumpers from him from here on out.
Here's Willett. Hilliard steps around Webster, floats it up, floats it in.
Beautiful shot making there. I talked about a move Corey Webster did earlier that just made him look like a pro. Well, same on that one by Hilliard. Just the up fake in the mid-range. What a soft touch on the floater. 14
in the game for Hilliard. Webster with the miss. Jones keeps it going. Willett comes up with it, and Willett will go down with it.
Second time's the charm. Didn't get the last fast break dunk opportunity. This one, he does it on his own after the beautiful steal and pass from Marcel Jones.
9 points, 8 rebounds.
Oh, look at this Taranaki Airs T-squad. They're looking like there's a shark in the water. Or sorry, there's the blood in the water, and they're the sharks. That's how that saying goes. There's not, I guess there's sharks in the water all the time.
I knew what you were saying.
But the frenzy's coming when the blood's in there, and there's definitely a lot of blood for them right now.
Rob Beveridge will love the analogy, talking about the Sharks.
Well, what a hand to knock that one off the leg of Anzac Rosetto. Another turnover. They came into this half with just 2 turnovers on each team, but the Bulls already up to 5.
So out by 4 now, the Airs. And here's Sean Willett.
Oh, what a beautiful touch. Has him frozen with the stutter step, thinking the quick dribble's coming. Instead, the 15-foot floater game.
He looks like he's having a bit of fun out there. That'll be a Bulls ball.
Corey Webster driving at the last second, tries to drop it off to a cutting Denham Brook. Might have been better off putting it up on the rim there. Oh, Javante Douglas almost read that so well.
There's Denham Brook in the corner. And there is Javante Douglas getting up, and here they go again with this run. Hilliard sizes up his options.
Oh, what a look. A lot of confidence, but Taranaki is playing with fire right now. They are lighting it up.
Webster pulls up the dribble. Clears out as he gives it to Anzac Rosetto inside.
Rosetto goes with that little chicken wing again. Doesn't get called for it, but can't find the finish after the contact.
Marcel Jones steps back, deep corner shot.
Tells the fans about it. I love his footwork on that catch. He anticipates what he's doing so well before the catch, catches it with that big step, creating space, and using his soft touch to finish.
Webster for 3. Henry getting after the rebound, getting tangled up.
Oh, Leon Henry and Sean Willett going to come now.
And Anzac Rosetto steps in now.
A little bit of feistiness. Sean Willett had a little bit of a clip when he walked by, and Leon Henry is not having it. And Sean Willett is about to take on the world. Might be a time for a good timeout. Well, we've got 2 tees. I think Sean Willett just picked up a tee. And that is not good for him, just his second personal. But I saw 2 tees called, so who's the second one on?
I think Leon Henry might have the other one. We're about to find out. There's definitely been 2 tech fouls called.
And nobody's doing a very good job of separating these 2 players. And I know one thing looking at these guys. I've known Leon for a long time. I don't really know Sean, but these don't look like guys that are playing. they take it a little bit more seriously, I think.
Oh no, there was some heat in there. Make no mistake about that. Some strong words.
So now they're going to talk about who the technicals are on. But this is the time the Bulls, they need to focus. Leon Henry, such an emotional player, but they have to lock in and focus. They're down to 8. They have to lock back into their executing mindset.
And I was about to say, just before that incident, Casey, that the Airs have that look in their eye where they're enjoying getting up and down the floor. So Leon
technical
Henry,
foul.
yep, with 1 technical foul, and the other one is Sean Willett. So the 2 number 15s with the tees.
So that ball will stay with the Airs. They hold possession, going back the other way.
Leon
Henry.
Henry.
Ball goes to the Bulls.
Well, they'll cancel each other out, the 2 tees.
There it is. But neither player can get another, or they will be ejected, and they both count as personals as well. So Leon Henry up to 3 personal fouls.
Here he is in the corner. This would be a big answer from the skipper. And Zach Rossetto is there to keep things alive for the Bulls.
Not a bad foul by Davison, though, on the weak side, sending Anzac Rossetto to the line, who struggled up to this point at just 2 for 5 from the Racine. But he gets a chance to redeem himself now.
Still a little bit of talk going on out there as well. Leon Henry now talking to Marcel Jones. Those two have locked horns plenty of times over the years.
Former teammates at one point in time. Played together with both guys on the Saints. So they're well versed with one another.
Marcel Jones has got a few singlets in the closet.
He's played around. He's definitely played around. That's what happens. You have talent, we'll travel.
He's certainly been well travelled, plying his trade right across the world. There's Javonte Douglas, ball on the floor, great pass inside, and how about that finish from Willett?
He's put it on, 13 points for him, matching leading scorer with Jones just behind Hilliard at 14. 13 for Rossetto, the best for the Bulls.
Ayers out by 9. Maybe season on the line right here for the Bulls. Denham Brook. That one in and out, battle off the boards. Davison comes up with it. Willett wants to run. Hilliard wants to meet him.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, my.
Going up to 13, dropping everybody off at 12. Look at the pass from Sean Willett. Look at the finish from Hilliard.
I did say they were having some fun. Hilliard with the block. No, he's called for the foul. He can't believe it. He cannot believe it.
He comes over and tells us it's ball. And I got to say, from my first look, although it was a little convoluted behind bodies, I got to agree with him. Don't know if we have a replay to prove or disprove the angle, but that is a fortunate break for the Bulls because this patient is bleeding. They need something to triage it right now. Down to 11. That would have been a killing blow. Another transition opportunity.
I just want to say it again. When the Airs get that look in the eye that they've got right now. I've seen it a few times this season. Saw it against the Saints down there in the Capitol. When they get this look in their eye, look out.
This is a powerful, powerful team. And don't forget, they're missing 2 starters right now. And they still have the ability to put it on you like this. This import trio is just so fantastically talented.
Douglas inside, Marcel Jones, great pass.
It's just a poor defensive possession by the Bulls. They got caught flat-footed. They have to find that energy they had at the start once again. Everybody needs to be moving on a string in that zone.
Margin at 11 now. Rossetto inside.
Oh, he hit his head.
Into Hilliard, who has come down and hit his head on the floor.
Yeah, he tried to take the charge, hit the floor hard. Tim Brown, for some reason, is giving him a flop warning, which I got to say is ridiculous. I don't see that as a...
Timeout being called here.
If you get run over... Trent Adams has come over to me and complained
you've only got to look. Well, you've only got to look at Anthony Hilliard here. I mean, he's hurt.
Like, I'm sorry, but until Tim Brown takes the charge from Anzac Rossetto, he cannot. There's contact there. It's not a flop. That is a 130 kg man that just went through a 2-guard with a knee.
You've only got to look at the result here.
I cannot see how that's a flop. I guess what he's saying is Anthony Hilliard faked the contact or is accentuating it, but I don't know a player in this league that's going to stay on the train tracks and not be able to move when Zach Rosetto's coming down him.
So timeout here. While all of that's been going on, what a third quarter so far. We've had some heated exchanges. We've had 2 technical fouls. We've had some conjecture over blocks, charges, whatever it may be. And of course, we've had some massive Sean Willett and Anthony Hilliard highlights.
Massive. And don't forget Carlin Davison.
Davison as well.
He's had a couple in there as well. Always in transition. I'm hoping Anthony Hilliard's able to come back into the game right now. Looks like he's about to take a wee bit of a break because of the contact from the knee to his chest. Or maybe the nether regions, possibly. Yeah, he pointed low. I don't know if you can read lips at home, but it's slightly lower than the solar plexus.
back underway. What a lot of fun this game has been tonight. Ball knocked out of play by the Bulls.
A real opportunity for the Bulls here, though. The gravity of the court changes. Once Anthony Hilliard is off of it, they don't have that brilliantly knockdown shooter now. They can compact that zone and take away penetration opportunities with a bit more peace of mind.
Here's Marcel Jones. He's been good tonight, Marcel Jones. Davison getting up, looking for the rebound. Willett handed it off. Telfer left it behind. Here comes Corey Webster. Right with him, Davison.
Oh, what a challenge.
Does well, doesn't he, the young man?
Baited him into slowness. What? Ransack Rosetto back-to-back steals. Showing the athleticism on the finish after the anticipation and getting jiggy with it.
Well, you may not have seen it either, but the hands of Corey Webster at mid-court to get the ball back for the Bulls there and set up Anzac Rosetto, something special in that. They're hanging in there, the Bulls. Douglas goes up and goes in.
Just put it on his shoulders, attack the rim. They don't have a shot blocker that can contain him once he gets to the point of attack.
Here he is inside again.
Douglas with the block.
Did well, met Rosetto up high. Hilliard about to come back in. Willett under and over in the end. He was asking for a foul.
Well, he tried to avoid some of the contact there, and that cost him as Marcel Jones gets the deep box out.
And out of that timeout, we've been running wind sprints.
Is this still a 9-point game? Because it feels tighter.
Here's Willett off the glass.
His cutting has been superb. His placement off the ball, his movement off the ball has always been in the right spot. And his timing is impeccable as he scores again. 15 points for him.
Well, Corey Webster, a deep two, and in the last couple of minutes, he's doing Corey Webster things.
He will not stop. That is what he does.
Is there a foul there? No. Javonte Douglas thought he was wrapped up.
Well, it didn't look like contact. I was a bit blocked from the play. I couldn't see if he was wrapped up or not. But there is going to be contact when you're cutting through.
Hilliard comes back into the game. There's Corey Webster. Doing it at both ends, defensively and offensively. He has 13 in the game tonight. Davidson, great in the first half. Webster calling the shots here. Goes over the top of Telfer. Does he get the roll? No, he doesn't. Contest underneath. The Airs come up with it.
Cale Robinson's hustle.
Hilliard 16 points in the game now, Casey. Douglas with 12 points, 9 rebounds. Here he is, right on cue, underneath. Willett up again off the glass. Davidson comes up with it. Hands it off to Webster. Corner. Robinson usually very good from there.
Willett's grabbing something on his leg. Doesn't look great as he fell down to the ground there.
Also looking at his left elbow. Here's Hilliard with a deep two. Foul here. I think it's going to be against Kane Bennett-Kyle.
Well, it did look like he was displacing Javonte Douglas just a bit there as he was going for the ball. It didn't look like Kane Bennett-Kyle was going for the ball. Instead, focused on the body of Douglas, and I think that's why he got pinged with it.
Just saw a shot there, too, of Sean Willett, who, you're right, Casey, just not...
He's grabbing something on his thigh there.
There's Douglas for three, misses everything. Bailey Knoll tries to keep it in play. Margin at 9. Bulls not going away here. But we've seen everything in this third quarter. Good, bad, ugly, highlights. Webster now, well, just found a lane, didn't he? And that's too easy for Corey Webster.
Well, you just cannot take your mind off the assignment if he's in your vicinity. You have to be between him and the cup at all times.
Back into this zone for the Bulls. Hilliard finds Davison.
The three-point shot has not really been a friend to the Airs tonight, as they are now 3 for 22.
Here's Webster again. Inside, outside ball, and what a big finish from Isaac Davidson. Well set up by Corey Webster.
Well, huge shot from Isaac Davidson there. The Bulls were good early from three. They've fallen off.
Back to 4. Javonte Douglas draws the foul. He's off to the Racine line.
Taking a look at those three-point percentages. 4 for 27. 5 for 28 for the Franklin Bulls, and 3 for 22 for the Taranaki Airs. This is not a game about the deep ball. Golden State Warriors fans, avert your eyes. We're back to the old school, baby.
Been impressed here, just this mini fight back by the Bulls. The Airs got out to an 11-point lead early in this third.
And then they got a little careless. Had a couple careless turnovers. They started taking quick shots. They were happy to settle for the deep perimeters, not getting that same attack on the rim. And just like that, the Bulls back in this ball game.
Douglas, 64% from the Racine this season, makes the second. Lead goes out to 5.
2-for-1 opportunity here. See if the Bulls want to take it.
Robinson hands it off. Ledger, Rossetto gets a great pass back from Corey Webster. Ayres come up with it. Douglas on the run. Good hand in there by Bennett Kyle. And now the Bulls get it back. Inside, Rossetto should finish. He's got no. May get a second chance. He's held on to.
That's a foul on Scotty Tolfer there.
Just hanging on.
He wasn't even hanging on. He was just in the grips of Anzac Rossetto with the basketball. And he paid the price for it.
In fact, what I like there is probably the two best grapplers in the league, Aaron Bailey-Nolan, Scott Telfer. I think they were hanging off an arm each.
There's a weight classes. There's levels to this. And Anzac Rossetto on this court tonight is in his own weight class. As hard as the other guys could try, they are just like water off a duck's back.
It was like dumbbells there, wasn't it?
If that.
Rossetto 19 in the game tonight. 7 of 11 shooting. 6 rebounds, a couple of steals, and a block.
His best performance of the season by far. Being rewarded with some touches, and he is rewarding the faith because of it.
Let's see what Corey Webster can do here. Shot clock inside the game clock. They got 7 to shoot. Davidson does shoot. Javonte Douglas up with the big rebound.
He has been huge on the glass.
And they should finish here through Marcel Jones.
Oh, he's loving it. He's loving letting the bench talk about it too. And the quarter is finished after another fast break opportunity. The Taranaki Airs' relentless fast break attack continued.
Late points there for the Airs. They got out by as much as 11 that quarter. The margin was dragged back to 4. And at three-quarter time, the visitors lead this one by 7. Don't go away. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen, on Sky Sport tonight. We've got a massive finish coming up in the NZNBL. The Stockyard is alive tonight in the Cells NBL. 1 quarter to play. The Airs lead the Bulls by 7. The Bulls led by as much as 18 early in the game. The best in the business, Casey Frank, your thoughts at 3-quarter time?
Well, I do appreciate the fight back from the Bulls there, but the Taranaki Airs just look like they're on the precipice of busting through this dam with all the pressure they are putting. If they can continue this pressure, keep on pushing the pace, they're going to come away with it. If the Bulls find a way to control it, start hitting in the half court, I think they can get it done.
Here's Hilliard, slapped away. Was it on the way down?
No, it was not.
Marcel Jones with the second effort. Great work defensively from Leon Henry. He'll be wanting to lift his team tonight, get him across the line. Here's Rossetto up on the reverse and gets the drop. Big Anzac Rossetto.
With the softest of touches, a fella that size going up on the reverse with the English as well. He is just feeding him all day long.
Well, you called it, Casey, saying it was his best game of the season. 21 points now. I think that's his top score for the season.
I just think it's opportunity for him. They're rewarding him with touches, play after play. They are feeding him, and he is eating over and over again. He's got an advantage in the post today, and because of that, he is playing with the most aggressiveness I've seen from him this year.
Bennett Kyle with his 4th personal foul. Davison dumps it off to Marcel Jones. They'll get it back, the Airs.
Marcel Jones hopeful for a whistle there, but it stays with them regardless. Just 7 seconds on the shot clock now. Hilliard in the corner, missed him a little late.
Somehow, Hilliard.
Oh, that's going to stay with the Airs.
Let it go mid-air, and they've lost it in the end.
Stays with the Bulls, apparently off Anthony Hilliard late. Well, the 5-point lead, a chance for the Bulls to get into it a little bit more, as Anthony Hilliard complains that ball was wet. That's why it popped out of my hand, so we're going to dry it off now. Good first possession for the Bulls. Nice rotations to get around and challenge shots, force Hilliard to put it on the floor, but they have to continue to convert on this end.
Have to continue to look inside for Anzac Rossetto. Marcel Jones
picks up foul number 2. Just had his hand around the hip of Rossetto, and when he's moving backwards like that, and the easy one to call for Tim Brown on the baseline. Got to keep those hands up defending the post. No grabbing allowed.
Rossetto 21, Webster 15, Isaac Davidson.
How about the Bulls
13.
Able to have this kind of performance without Corey Webster being their leading scorer?
Yeah, very good. No Jaden Bazant, of course. No Giddy Potts. Let's not forget that.
That's a huge drop for them, but they are finding a way to dig deep up to now.
Inside, Jet Thompson was the target, had it and lost it. Here come the Airs. In fact, the pass goes straight to Isaac Davidson. He gets on the burst now, hands it off. Rossetto underneath.
Taranaki has just too many unforced errors. That is just a bad pass by Javonte Douglas there. Just thinking that Isaac Davidson's not going to reach out and grab it when it's right next to him. They need to lock in and just be more deliberate in the passing game.
Massive final 6 implications here tonight at the Stockyard. The Airs, Willett. Oh. Well, he just bounced around like a pinball, didn't he?
What a soft touch. Going to the right, stepping back to his left for the finish, and the finish with the left as well.
There's Davidson for 2.
That's tough. Isaac Davidson shot making on the fadeaway. With defenders all over him with a fantastic make to keep it at 3.
A win here for the Airs tonight. They're looking at top 2, maybe top 1 as Willett makes the basket.
Jet Thompson just does not have the strength to keep Sean Willett from getting to his spot. He just overpowers him on the baseline to get the layup. And they're going right back to the well.
Bulls, of course, need to win to keep their...
Good D by Douglas. Oh, my. Foul called on Javonte Douglas. That will be his 3rd personal. As everyone who's played for the Airs, with the exception of Carlin Davison, has 2 fouls. And Javonte Douglas with 3.
Final 6 aspirations are huge tonight for the Bulls. Davidson puts the first away.
Well, he has really slipped right back into this lineup without a hitch. 8 rebounds for Isaac Davidson today, 4 assists as well. And now he's got 17 points to go with it.
And interestingly, subbed out. 3-point margin. Webster's into the game. Denham Brook has just come on for Isaac Davidson. Your thoughts on that sub, Case?
Well, it could be a defensive sub there, as Brook is a little bit more of an effort on that end.
Webster, slick pass inside to Denham Brook, out to Leon Henry.
Timeout to the Taranaki Airs.
Scores tied up. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay in the corner. Big basket for the skipper. And just like that, we are all squared up at 73 apiece.
Well, not a bad time to hit your first triple of the ball game. Leon Henry knows how to meet the moment, and he does there in the deepest corner of the baseline. Gets found, defenders closing out on him, but no hesitation. He lets it fly regardless.
11-4 run by the Bulls to start this last quarter here at the Stockyard tonight. Let's not call it a run. Let's call it a charge, a stampede early in the last by the Bulls, and they've given themselves every opportunity here.
Yeah, and the Airs are having another little purple patch. They have had a couple of these at times in the game, and they've happened against the zone when they've stopped getting those high post catches, stopped getting the cuts on the rim, and stopped getting opportunities. Sean Willett, the last few possessions, was trying to do it with the dribble in that one-on-one, but that enables the weak side of the defense to just get set and rest. They don't have to hustle. They don't have to move around. When you pass it, they're moving, they're shaking. It affects their endurance. But if they're just able to stand in place, they're not worried about that. They can start getting back onto the other end, thinking about that even more quickly.
When they met a few weeks ago, the Airs got the win by 17 with a 25-9 last quarter.
Yeah, it was all in the fourth quarter in that one. Of course, it was a under strength Bull squad there as well. No Leon Henry was involved in that one. No Jaden Bazant. So very reminiscent of today. They have done the work up to this point. What is going to happen in the last 6 minutes plus?
Can the Airs respond? Here's Sean Willett inside to Marcel Jones. Smart heads-up play by Leon Henry.
Leon Henry. Denham Brook with the hand knocked it out, but then Leon Henry saves it. The pass off, and a chance for the Bulls to take the lead for the first time in a long while.
Here's Webster to Rossetto. And why wouldn't you go to Anzac Rossetto? Spinning to the basket. Bennett Kyle short on the shot. The speed here from Hilliard is exceptional. He can't finish. They keep it alive. Davison now. Hilliard changed his decision mid-air. Davison spinning through traffic. Marcel Jones.
Wow. Carlin Davison with a huge offensive rebound and then a beautiful spin move. As we back to live action, Corey Webster off the on ball. I got to get up there.
Look who gets the rebound. Rossetto with another 2, 25 in the game.
Well, everyone's concerned about Corey Webster coming off that screen, opening up his opportunity to rebound, and he is grabbing it with both hands every time.
Basket for basket out of that last timeout. Just over 5 to play in this one tonight. Davison has a look. He gets up and nearly goes down with it.
Well, this has been the best mindset I've seen with him this season in terms of finishing at the rim. He's got so much athleticism. He just doesn't know what to do with it just yet. Quite often he gets to that point and slows up, but tonight he has exploded to the rim every time he's gotten that opportunity. Huge free throws here for Carlin Davison from the Racine.
Love the fact too that Marcel Jones walked over to Davison, gave him a slap across the back of the head and said, "Well done, kid."
That's what his teammates want to see from him. That aggressiveness, that finishing on the rim. because he is a unique player in this league with his athleticism. There are not a lot of guys that are getting past his peak in the air. And Corey Webster with the carry as Josh Ledger was wide open and then turns and goes to screen. Just a miscommunication. Ledger running the play. Corey Webster seeing an open guy on the wing and an untimely turnover.
So pressure now back on the Bulls. This seesawing game tonight.
And they have to catch this in the front court. You see Tim Brown talking to his partners. Where they need to inbound it in the front court, making it a bit more difficult. Well, not that difficult in the end.
Sean Willett. 19 points in the game.
Oh, look at Willett. See, that is beautiful. The way he went in the wake of Denham Brook. He came up for the show, and the second he turned his back, he was on it. That's such an instinctive play.
Let's not forget also that he was a late addition to this team. Wasn't there from the start.
Well, to be fair, all the imports were late additions to
this
team.
No, that's a good call. Some inspiring recruiting by the Airs coaching staff, Trent Adam and, of course, Caro Cameron.
And it's not that often you can get a guy in the middle of the season that has the kind of impact that he does. He was an All-Star 5 in Portugal, led the league in rebounding. Despite, I don't know, what Sean Willett stand? I think he's listed at 6'5", but maybe 6'3" on a good day, if he hasn't cut the fade in a couple days.
I think his agent
look at
him as
Javante
6'5".
Douglas on the glass. Yeah, my agent used to do that to me too. It's not the easiest to get over. Oh!
Jones!
Marcel Jones with a soft touch as Carlin Davison just goes up to volleyball in if needed. Stretches it back out to 5 points. The Bulls can't be hurried here. They have to play under control.
Bennett Kyle turns for a triple. The Airs can raffle it.
Might have wanted to see that ball get over to the second side. Ken Bennett Kyle hasn't had a lot of touches. Didn't get that one down.
Here's Willett. Hilliard wants it. Hilliard gets it. And he fires from deep there. Big shots!
Having a laugh about it. What a huge shot. Good defense from Isaac Davidson, but look at that moon ball dropping in off the rim. The 8-point lead for the Airs.
Well, I've seen that a few times already this season from Anthony Hilliard. Webster looking to respond back the other way.
Good look, doesn't get it. Now it's about defense. The Airs can pound some of the air out of the basketball with this 8-point lead, but I think they need to stay aggressive and on the rim.
Just watch Hilliard here. He wants more.
Oh, yeah, he does. And he's going to get it.
Here he goes. Inside, outside. Willett for three. No basket.
Oh, big rebound by Josh Ledger there. Important minutes with Rosetto on the bench.
Webster now hard to the basket. Good block from Hilliard. In fact, it was Willett. Hilliard now with the ball slows things down.
Heads up play, shot clock in their favor. We can get a great shot, not just a good one. If they don't turn it over again.
8-point margin. Well, Leon Henry and Anzac Rosetto come back in for the Bulls.
Man, that was a costly couple of minutes with those guys on the bench. The lead doubles in that span.
3.5 to play here tonight in the Sal's NBL. Bulls working hard to keep their season alive.
Carlin
But
Davison.
here come the Airs.
Carlin Davison's work rate away from the basketball.
And look at the emotion there from his teammates.
His teammates and a small Taranaki contingent down in the corner by their team's bench. But Carlin Davison refusing to get boxed out there. Isaac Davidson has a body on him early, but the work rate, he continues. The energy keeps going. He bounces off that first one, goes around, gets the rebound, then gets the finish, stretches this out to a 10-point lead afterwards.
And you can see what it means to his teammates here, Casey. They're all getting around him. Massive play from Carlin Davison.
Success, it's contagious, man. Winning is contagious. Making the right play is contagious. And you can see how happy his teammates are. What was this team playing for last year? A big ball of nothing. That's what they're playing. This year, they're in the finals mix because everybody's doing the right thing. They're playing together as a unit.
Well, you and I have spoken about this a number of times over the last few weeks. I mean, this is a genuine team. This is a genuine contender for the title in 2022. Everyone right now is talking about the run of the Saints. You know the last team the Saints lost to? And they lost on their home court?
I have an inkling. Who could it be?
It was the Airs.
Oh, the black and yellow. Well, one of the black and yellows. We got all the black and yellow on the court today. But, you know, I mean, in terms of top-end talent, not necessarily who's going to win, but top-end talent, the Saints are up there at the top of the league. And I think they're thereabouts all the Taranaki Airs. Taranaki and Wellington are, I think, the cream of the crop when you're just looking at pure talent on the basketball court at one time. And for the Airs to have that little bit of confidence, knowing that they beat them on their home court already.
Nelson Giants got a bit of talent as well.
I think they do, but I don't think they have the depth of talent that the Airs and the Wellington Saints do. I do think when you look at their front row, they've got that there. But when it gets past their supreme talent, I think there is a little bit of a drop-off for them.
Davison at the Resine. Can't convert the bonus out of that timeout. 10-point margin. Pressure right back on the Bulls. Corey Webster says, we're still here. We're not going home yet.
With the triple. C. Webb's always here. Big shot. But now they got to do it defensively. They can't sit back in the zone. They have to stay aggressive.
18 in the game for Webster tonight. Leon Henry nearly with the deflection and the steal there. Javonte Douglas goes to the hoop.
Oh, Sean Willett.
Well, where did he come from? Sean Willett has just floated across out of nowhere there.
Just a refusal once again to be denied on the offensive glass. And the work rate on the boards that's where the Taranaki Airs are getting in this fourth quarter. Coming into the quarter, they had a 3-rebound advantage. Now it's 50-41 overall. Their work rate, especially on the offensive glass, where they just grabbed their 15th offensive rebound. Those second chance opportunities is what's been enabled them to stay in this one.
12 of 18 from the Resine tonight as a team. The Airs. Sean Willett, double-double machine, gets the roll on the second.
Javonte Douglas tries to get a cheap one, but now it's the Willett-Webster. Can Corey Webster pull a little rabbit out of the hat?
Here's Henry. Webster has Willett right there with him. Corner ball, it ends up inside. Rossetto with another two.
Oh.
27 in the game for Anzac Rossetto.
If that would have been any player other than Javonte Douglas, I think that's a foul, but he's sitting on 3, so he can't. Rossetto again, brilliant pick and roll action, rolls to the spot, and his teammates find him.
And the Bulls not going away. Margin at 6. Marcel Jones, ball on the floor. Searching against Rossetto. That's a tough shot.
Oh, huge rebound by Denham Brook.
Here they come. At the stockyard, Corey Webster goes to the corner. Leon Henry, no, can't convert. Loose ball falls into the hands of Hilliard to Douglas to Willett.
8 points the difference now, but they're coming back. C-Webb's got to look from deep.
And he does. Fires away and makes.
Well, too many on the break. Everybody was running for the Airs. Nobody laid back. A little bit of seagulling for the Bulls actually works out. A 5-point difference with 1.5 minutes to go.
Big finish tonight in the Cells NBL. Edge of your seat stuff. Here we go.
Short.
Hilliard. Rebound. Rossetto. And here's Corey Webster. Can he be the hero tonight? 21 in the game. He's fouled. The question is, was Marcel Jones playing the ball there?
Oh, that's right on the ball.
Called for the hold. Maybe just looked a little bit awkward coming across the shoulder.
I'll tell you what, had a unsportsmanlike foul been called there, I might have gone apoplectic. I really might have. I like the foul there by Coach Trent Adams because he wanted a timeout. He wanted a chance to set his defense. With a 5-point lead, he knows this is the most important possession of the ball game. If they get a stop here, they win. That's all there is to it. They will not lose this game if they can get a stop here. So they're going to come out and with something set up. They have to keep that ball as much as they can out of Corey Webster's hands. As difficult as that is to do, but they can't at the same time lose sight of the other guys on the court. Isaac Davidson has had a fantastic night. Leon Henry hits big shots, and Zach Rossetto rolling to the rim. Well, that might be the only thing you don't mind giving up. You want to give up twos. You can't give up a three right here. A three makes it a ball game. A two, you still have a bit of an advantage.
Well, they've definitely hung in there, the Bulls. They've shown great resilience. But having said that, let's not forget, they led this game by 18 points early in the second quarter.
Yeah, that first quarter was a bit of a misnomer for the Airs. They got off to that slow start, and you know that the opposition as talented as the Airs are going to make a run.
Sean Willett tonight, 23 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists.
Fantastic. What an effort. And the way he has imprinted himself on the ball game. Let's not forget who he's been guarding this whole fourth quarter either. That man, Corey Webster, on the weak side.
Well, here's that matchup right here. Just in front of us. Corey Webster to bring the ball in. Sean Willett just asked to move back from the line.
Yeah, you know, it's not my fault. I didn't make the court. I should be able to be right up on the sideline. Oh, right in the Rossetto, in the post. Go to work.
He hands it back to Webster for three.
Oh, that was a great look. They went for the quick shot. That was the play to get Corey Webster that quick shot. He had a great look at it, just unable to hit. But now the Airs have to get a ball with a big foul. You do not want to foul that man.
Yeah, Lee's going to head to the Racine here.
And Anthony Hilliard will head off to the Racine with an opportunity to put this one in the chili bin.
86% from the coloured stripe. Anthony Hilliard, he's a perfect 6 of 6 tonight at the Racine. Make that 7 of 7.
Doing your darndest to give him that commentator's curse, but he can even shake off that defender.
I'm pretty confident with this man. He's the league's leading scorer. It's going to take more than the commentator's curse to put him off. Second shot is good. 8 of 8 tonight.
Well, now what do the Bulls do? They need a quick look once again. Davidson with a quick attack. C-Web might just pull that one up.
And he does. And he goes from deep and he misses the iron completely. But somehow it ends back with him.
Foul. Yeah.
Offensive foul against Corey Webster.
And Corey Webster saw the contact there, but when he dribbled into Sean Willett, he got that elbow up. The crowd doesn't like it, but from the angle, which I had pretty much the same angle as the official, I could see why the call was made. From the angle of the TV camera, there may have been less contact.
I don't know what Jet Thompson's doing there, signaling a flop when a player has clearly been hit in the head.
You know,
anyway,
enthusiasm of youth.
Is that what it is? Foul there on Leon Henry. And the Airs tonight from here.
How about the starters for the Airs though? Only 4 points off the bench. Every starter except Davidson in double figures. Davidson with 9. 13 for Javonte Douglas, but he's got 11 rebounds and 6 assists. 20 for Marcel Jones. 10 rebounds as well. The double-double for Jones. The double-double machine is back. Douglas hits that first one. Anthony Hilliard with 21.
Well,
Willett.
between Willett, Hilliard, and Douglas, those three together average 66 points a game.
Yeah, they average 66, and they've just about hit that. But when you toss in another 20 from Marcel Jones, who is playing his best basketball of the year at the right time, once again, Taranaki, they are a machine.
9-point margin. Safe from here, you would think the Airs.
Stranger things have happened.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'll tell you what, I have been part of a comeback with less time and more points.
Have you been on the other end of it? Have you been up by?
I haven't,
right.
Thankfully. And if I had, I probably wouldn't tell you about it. Not in 30 seconds, no.
couple of the fans here tonight. It's been a good crowd in
Great
here at the
crowd.
Stockyard. They've made a lot of noise. They've seen some great highlights.
Huge highlights. And the fans down here in Franklin have been turning out with regularity. The Bulls, they put it all into this one. They have played their tails off. 27 points for Anzac Rosetto to go with 10 boards, 2 steals and a block. 21 for C-Webb, 17 for Davison to go along with 8 rebounds.
And what a final round the Bulls have next week. The Southern Swing against the Sharks and the Nuggets. Here's Webster. That's a miss. Davidson keeps it alive to
Webb
Henry.
open in the corner.
And he'll get a long look at this one. 22 seconds to play.
Well,
Margin is at 6.
And they got to foul Willett. He's not a good free throw shooter. They should foul him immediately. Don't know why they're waiting. Got to get that ball to Hilliard. 6 points the margin now. They let 3 or 4 seconds go off. Sean Willett, not a great free throw shooter.
74% he is this season, but you're right, when you look at someone like Hilliard, who's 8 of 8 tonight and 86% on the season.
Well, he's a 70% guy. He's not going to give up the ball right away. He's just going to dribble right past you if you don't foul him.
Willett 5 of 8 from the stripe tonight.
Well, late sub came in on that foul out for Corey Webster. Heck of a night.
He's done his bit, there's no doubt about that, Corey Webster. Willett makes the first.
Well, I think even had he missed that, that might have been a violation on Leon Henry early in the lane. 7 points the difference with 17 seconds to go. The question is, the shooter most likely to be Leon Henry or Isaac Davidson. You need to have a 3, so expect a lot of yellow around those guys.
You'd expect a timeout here on a make. It's a miss. Clock will keep ticking. Davidson, Henry, corner. This is good, Robinson.
That'll do it.
What a game tonight from the Taranaki Airs.
Oh, you want to finish, Carlin? Carlin Davidson could have finished with a highlight. He chooses not to. What a performance by this Taranaki Airs team after the first quarter.
93-86. They get the win by 7. They were down by as much as 18, and you can see what it means to them. Their charge up the Sal's NBL ladder continues. They've had a heck of a season. The men from New Plymouth, the Taranaki Airs. So many walking highlights in this team. They always put on a great show. They've got one regular season game to come. That is next Thursday night at home. Last chance for the fans at TSB Stadium to get out and see this team, who are a genuine contender, ladies and gentlemen, for the 2022 Sal's NBL title. There's a lot to like about what they've done so far, and there's a lot to look forward to with the Taranaki Airs, home by 7 tonight. Lots of stars, lots of stories, and their quest this season is far from over. Let's have a quick look at the ladder as it stood coming into tonight. And the Airs will now go to 11-6, second on the ladder, with a game against the Giants to come next week. The Bulls at 7-9, and they now well and truly have their season on the line with the Southern Swing next week. One of the stars tonight was Sean Willett. Wow, what a game from him. He joins Casey Frank now.
You're coming, bro. Well, Sean, a heck of a battle out there. Can you just tell me what switch flipped for you guys? Because in that first quarter, you guys were down 18 points in the second, and you guys just came on like a terror after that.
Really, we just realized that we were really just missing shots. They were playing good defense to the Bulls, but we really were just missing shots. and we just had to key in on getting stops and start passing the ball more, more ball movement, and we started finding the rhythm.
What does it say about the versatility of this team that you don't have Ty Wynyard, who's a physical beast? You're able to withstand a challenge by probably the most physical team in the league. What does that say about your guys' mindset?
That just shows our depth, man. Next man up, man. That's all we say. When one guy drops, next man up. And you see we have guys come off the bench like Scotty and Marcel and Auntie, and then we got vets like JJ and Ant. So when you got guys like that, and then me coming in, it's just hard to stop. It's just hard.
And of course, this to me is the most impressive fast break offense in the league. What do you guys feel like? Can you feel the tinkles on the back of your neck when you guys see a fast break opportunity?
Sometimes, man, sometimes we get a little too carried away because we're just so excited because we got so many explosive guys like Carlin and Ant and JJ and me. And so it's like when we see a fast break, we just get a little too excited sometimes. So we just got to slow it down and make the right play sometimes.
And sometimes do that, but the rest of the time, we like the highlights, so keep the highlights coming.
We like the highlights too, though.
I appreciate it, brother. Good game. Thanks.
Well, let's head down to the sidelines now. We've heard from Sean Willett. Let's hear from another Taranaki star, Anthony Hilliard.
Well, Anthony Hilliard, what a fantastic comeback you guys had today. You were down 18 points in the second quarter. Offense wasn't going, but you guys found a way. What was it that flipped for you guys that you got to go on offense?
I think we played better on defense. We gave up a lot of layups. We missed a lot of easy shots. The zone, we were taking quick shots, one pass, quick shot. We started moving the ball more, taking better shots, getting it inside. And I think we picked up our energy. We came out, they came out with a lot of energy because they had a lot to play for, so we did too. So.
And then the physicality of tonight's game, it's something you guys deal with a lot. You're a physical team yourselves, but against this Bulls squad, it must be it brought it up to another level.
No, for sure. We take the hit. A lot of teams giving us hits now because we target it now. So we're gonna take the hit and give it back. So.
And speaking of being targeted, you guys have a top 2 seed sealed up now. What is your mindset here in these last 2 games of the year?
No, we're playing for. We know we still could play for a 1 seed. We gotta hope other people, the Saints win, but we won a top 2 seed because we wanted to buy. We definitely wanted to buy, so that's what we were playing for tonight.
I got that game circled against the Giants as well. Good luck to you. Appreciate the highlights today.
For sure, no problem.
What a season he's had, Anthony Hilliard. And what a season the Airs have had. Dare to dream. So much excitement around this team throughout New Plymouth, Taranaki, all the surrounding towns. There's so many basketball fans who are getting in and behind the Airs. And they are dreaming. They're dreaming big, and for good reason. Final 6 tickets, make sure you get on and get those because I think the Airs are going to give this thing a real shake. Casey Frank.
I absolutely agree with you. They have been my dark horse for a finals run ever since they picked up and completed their import trio. That is a lot of talent out there. When you add Ty Wynyard and Richie Rogers into this mix, that all of a sudden they become a much deeper squad and the ability to beat you in so many different ways. Love the resiliency of the squad, but I love the joy that they're playing with. Look how happy the squad is. They're just happy. They love playing together. They love the opportunity that they've gotten. You know, the guys from the Taranaki, they're not used to this winning feeling, and they are soaking it up.
Yeah, we said it during the call tonight. They get that look in their eye, and they do. They enjoy it. They really enjoy putting on a show. They are a highlight machine, and they get the win by 7 tonight. Let's have a quick look at the stats. Casey, you can talk us through them because there was a lot of brilliant individual performances tonight on both teams.
It really was. Anzac Rosetta start to finish with 27. Best game of the season, possibly his career in New Zealand. I don't know if he's ever topped that. Loved his work rate. C. Webb always getting it done. Isaac Davison with a big support as well. You're looking at the rebounding. Willett, Douglas, and Jones all with double-doubles for the Airs. How rare is a triple-double? That's a different kind of triple-double-double. The assist game, I love the unselfishness. Javante Douglas leading from the front. What a facilitator he is. He put together another monster game. Corey Webster, not so shabby himself with 4 assists there. The block party had 5 players get in on it, but just the 1 each. And then the steals, Isaac Davidson with 3, and just enough steals from the Airs to change possession and tip that battle in their favor. But it was just all about the hustle, the work rate, and the ability of the Taranaki Airs to get out in transition.
Just quickly, Casey, we've spoken about the Airs. For all of the Bulls fans out there, their season now is really on a knife's edge. They take on the Sharks and the Nuggets next week in the final regular season round. They're going to win.
They got to win, and I spoke to Anthony Hilliard about it in the interview. I was like, what's your focus now? You've got a two seed locked up. He said, we're after the one. We want the one. We're thinking about that Nelson Giants team and that final. They got to get by the Sharks first, and the Sharks, they gave them a little bite on the last time that they were swimming in their waters, so they got a favor to repay back there. But this Taranaki Air squad, they are looking like they've got the championship stuff.
Can the Bulls still make the final six in your view? Because they do have that big double next week.
I mean, it's possible. Now you're talking about math. Other teams going to have to help them out. But if they play with this kind of focus and this kind of determination and physicality, they can beat anybody. You know, Taranaki, to me, not only are they one of the top two teams, but they are one of the title's favorites. This is one of the best teams in the league. And the Bulls just came up a little bit short because of a few mistakes here and there, but it wasn't that far out of reach for them.
Hope you've enjoyed it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. What a show the Airs have put on. They get this one by 7. Friday night action in the Sal's NBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. That final six is not too far away. And if you're an Airs supporter, there's a heck of a lot to be excited. On behalf of the team, from here at the Stockyard, Justin Nelson, Casey Frank, wishing you all the very best. More Sal's NBL action coming your way tomorrow. We'll see you then.